Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike, so I'm a West Ham fan, but I do videos on other Premier League games as well, the big ones. Sometimes anyway. I should have done one in midweek for Villa, Man City and Chelsea, Man United, etc. But today we are doing Aston Villa versus Arsenal. It ended 1-0 to Aston Villa in the end. Another home win for Aston Villa. They just keep doing it. I think that's 14 or 15 wins in a row at their ground. They haven't lost since, March? And I think the last team to beat them was Arsenal when they won 4-2. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. So yeah, I'm going into this, like, as much as I respected Villa's home record and they beat Manchester City, I didn't learn. I thought Arsenal would get the job done because of their resilience away from home and how good they've played away. Well, not how good they've played, but how they managed to get over the line away from home. Like, I thought Brentford were going to see it out against Arsenal, and Arsenal got a goal at the end from Havertz, and then against Luton, against Luton, I knew they'd come back. Even when they were 3-2 down, I was like, they'll still win this. The way Luton were defending, nah, Luton played well, but it wasn't good enough defensively from them. But Aston Villa are proving me wrong again. Are they in a title race? For now, mathematically, yes. How long will that last, though? Because let's say they fix up their away record. Like, it's not terrible, as John McGinn said, but they can still, like, improve it quite a bit. Their home record's perfect. If they keep it up, if they're there by, the end of the January transfer window, then maybe. But we know that the main teams in the title race are Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. Man City are actually, 6 points behind Villa with a game in hand tomorrow, playing against Luton, and they lost to Aston Villa. But you know what Man City are like. Arsenal weren't the same Arsenal necessarily in terms of killing the game off. It's weird because maybe Havertz was one of their better players, but I wasn't seeing it much in the first half. I was seeing it more in the second half from Havertz. I think his performance stepped up in the second half. But I do think if Havertz is one of your best players, then something's wrong. I didn't think Saka and Martinelli were that bad. I didn't understand Martinelli getting taken off. Because with Aston Villa playing a higher line, you want to run him behind from the outside, and Martinelli can do that. Trossard can't do that. It wasn't a game for Trossard today. I don't know whether Jesus was injured, but he was terrible in terms of, like, he did some good things, yeah, but he was probably on the floor. He probably fell to the floor more than he actually shot. And I know he said scoring goals is not his strong point, mate. Whether you're a false nine or you play up front in general, you gotta score goals. Like, it's not like you're playing DM. It's not like you're playing number six. It's not like you're picking the position from number six position and being like, oh, I just assist everyone. It's not like this guy's getting like 20, 25 assists throughout the whole calendar year or throughout the whole season in general. I didn't think Saka was that bad. I thought Saka was trying to create opportunities, and Villa stood strong with their high line. I didn't think Pau Torres had a great game. I didn't think Luca Digne was having a great game. I thought he needed to be taken off earlier, but it worked out in the end. I thought Ezri Konsa wasn't that bad, but Matty Cash coming on, he actually did well. He's a good right back. And Diego Carlos played really well. I think he was the best defender for Villa today. Probably the best defender on the pitch, if we're being honest, because I don't think Saliba was to his level. I don't think he was terrible, but I don't think he was to his level. Gabriel, he didn't really have to do much, but I didn't think he did good enough for the goal. I think Leon Bailey did a job on him, but I don't think he was helped by Zinchenko. I think the role of Zinchenko will either make Arsenal better than they are, like by a long shot, or he can even make them a lot worse than they are with his naive defending. I do think Zinchenko getting into the positions that he does usually get to helped them today. Because they couldn't cut the lane off because then they would just drift wide, then come back in. But I didn't think he did enough on the ball for me. Martin Odegaard was terrible for his standards. Ever since I put this guy in my FPL for the Luton game and the Villa game, this guy doesn't want to score now. Maybe I should put more Arsenal players in my FPL so they don't win the league. But Arsenal fans are going to complain and complain about refs and all this stuff. Just like the Newcastle game, yeah, you didn't do enough within the game to put your chances away. So you could only look at yourself. Stop trying to look for officials and refs and excuses all the time. I stopped doing that last year with West Ham. After that Chelsea game where I felt like we got robbed at Stamford Bridge, I went off at the refs. I actually said a bit too much. But after that, I stopped caring about the refs because everyone makes an excuse. Everyone's fans, when they get robbed at the end by a goal, let's say, they just focus on that. At the end of the day, you don't do enough to put your chances away. You concede goals. You got to do better in both boxes. That's a simple part of football, but I'm sure Arsenal fans are going to complain about corruption and all that, and all that stuff. They won't comment on the fact that they didn't put the ball away, but they'll comment on the fact that they should have had a penalty, and it should have been a goal. No, it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. I can understand the Newcastle one because of the offside, even though I don't think there was a foul, and the ball was clearly on the pitch. It was offside based on the rules, so it still should have been disallowed. But this one, no. Don't try it. Now, they're going to say, oh, both of our losses are due to referees. That's what Arsenal fans are like. But let's move on. Let's give more credit to Aston Villa. I don't think it was Ollie Watkins' best game, but his movement with Moussa Diaby impacted well off the bench. Leon Bailey started well, but he obviously got injured, and a bit of a shame for him because he can't stay fit, but he was really turning up under this manager. This manager has improved so many players. Douglas Luiz was very close to losing his head and getting a second yellow. I can tell there was a situation where he wanted to drag Erdegaard down for a counter-attack, but then he knew, oh, I'm already on a yellow. So he easily could have got a second yellow, but he misses the game against Brentford anyway. And I do think that Villa might drop points against Brentford away. Boubacar Kamara coming off of Dendoncker. I didn't really understand that substitution, but Dendoncker came on and did some good things, did some bad things, passing the ball off the pitch. But he put a couple good tackles in. I think Havertz's movement was probably maybe the reason. Maybe he's a better man marker than Kamara, but I thought Kamara probably could get into the game out maybe on the ball, but whatever, innit? John McGinn played well. John McGinn tried his hardest, man. He probably, even without the goal, yeah, he's probably man of the match, in my opinion. Like, and that's without the goal. Like, I talk about general performance. I think he did really well. I think he was getting into all the kinds of areas that you could drag out Arsenal, and it was very hard for them to pick up the men. And because of the way they play, it's very hard for any team. For the way Villa play, when the midfielders go inside, then the fullbacks go out wide. You got to be in a good shape to stop that, and that's why they've beaten City, Tottenham, Arsenal. They lost at Liverpool at Anfield, but that's Anfield. Like who wins at Anfield? Ask Fulham. Like Aston Villa are doing well. I think it might have looked a bit mad. One of my predictions at the start of the season was that they were going to come sixth. I still think sixth, but I also put them below Chelsea at fifth and Man United at fourth. So that was also two very bad predictions for myself. But I'm not a guru, I'm not a genie. But I did predict Villa to do this kind of thing. Like, I think Emery is a very good manager, and he will love the fact that he got one over Arsenal as much as he might not want to admit it because of how he was treated there. And it was a poison challenge. You was the first manager after Arsene Wenger. You had a lot of bad characters in that dressing room that he probably wasn't allowed to get rid of. But he's been back now under Villa, and he'll win them the Conference League, and he will get them maybe a Champions League spot. You never know. I reckon they should go for both. I reckon they could do both. But listen, if you guys did like the video, make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me in the email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.